Okay, here we are. Are we actually rolling? We're starting?
Yeah.
Madness. We're joined this week. Well, I suppose I should open things up with yes, people. Welcome back to the We Talk Football podcast. We're joined by, I mean, he's part of the furniture at this point, really, isn't he, Kwaku?
Yeah, kind of.
It's our guy Louis, the most insightful Chelsea fan that's been on the channel, if you can call this a channel.
Maybe.
How you doing, Louis? You good?
I'm good. It's nice to be here. Just going to talk about football.
Yeah, mate. And I mean, well, as there's two Chelsea boys in the room, I think the best thing for us to really talk about is the impending move of Big Romelu, Big Rom. You boys must be gassed. Tell me about it.
The deal's obviously happening. Depends on when this comes out. It might be done by the time this comes out, but. It just means that Chelsea are reinforcing the position that we need to reinforce in, and yet again we get business done. Hark back on the last episode to previous transfer windows where we've maybe got business done, but it's not been the right business. But Marina's done a magic, and she brought in a player that I don't think there's many Chelsea fans are unhappy about playing for Chelsea again. So happy with the deal. Happy that it's not 100 million as well. Another bit of shithousery, just making sure that we don't break the British transfer record. Yeah, just bringing it a bit underneath Jack Grealish, and he's got a lot of pressure. There's I was talking to Tony, who you guys met, who does the Zone podcast, about Fraud Watch, and he's a Manchester United fan, and he's put Lukaku at the top of his fraud, fraud watch list, which I get if you're a Manchester United fan.
Man United fan, the only fan base in world football that
doesn't rate him. But happy with the business overall, and looking forward to him donning the blue shirt yet again.
Okay, let me just jump into this. I agree with everything you were saying, but does he have a lot of pressure? He doesn't have to really overly... I mean, he's under extraordinary pressure. Any Chelsea player is going to be under a lot of pressure. But he doesn't have to do much to be the top scorer for Chelsea. Like, let's look at what happened last year. Like, you didn't have a striker that really performed all seasons other than Tammy when given a chance. Like, does he have to, blow the fish out the water, so to speak, to really be seen as an impressive signing?
I think... he's got to come and give us goals, essentially, and that's what Romelu Lukaku does. He scores goals. It's essentially 1 and 2 over his entire career. How many games has he played? He's a bagsman, and we said it about Timo. Who was a gunman, but obviously there's always that thing with the Chelsea number 9 shirt. Again, that's going to be an interesting debate. Is Tammy sticking around? Is Rom going to come get the number 9? In terms of pressure. Yeah, of course he's under pressure because, well, obviously, like your boy was saying earlier, he's on Fraud Watch. Yeah. It's one of the biggest transfer records in, football in history. He's just got to come and score goals.
Yeah,
and if he does come and score goals, if he comes and does his job, Chelsea can be challenging for everything, which is essentially what Romelu Lukaku's always wanted to be. Yeah. There was all the conversation over summer, all the quotes of him saying, essentially, when we talk about all the best players in the world, we talk about Lewandowski, we talk about Ronaldo, we talk about Harry Kane. We don't talk about Romelu Lukaku. He's always in form, in his words. But, I mean, he needs to effectively elevate himself, which he can do. We all know he's got the ability. It's just about literally doing it. Hitting the ground running, scoring goals.
I'm very, very confident that he will do that. He's got 113 Premier League goals already. This is somebody who's played for Everton and played for West Brom, and he's had 2 years of not being in the Premier League. Like he feasibly, if things go to plan and things go how we expect them to go at Chelsea, as Chelsea fans being overly optimistic, then I think that Romelu Lukaku has the potential to get to 200 Premier League goals. So I don't think that's that far fetched.
Easy.
But obviously that remains to be seen in terms of how successful he is at Chelsea. But I know that he is going to bag goals, and I know that the pressure stems from the fact that he is joining the team that are European champions. So that's where the pressure stems from. People, if Romelu Lukaku doesn't get to 20 Premier League goals and Chelsea don't win the trophy, we know the blame's solely going to lie. That's where the pressure comes from. So Chelsea have to win trophies, and he has to score goals.
Well, I think in the last 2 seasons he had for United, I think he scored 16 and 12.
Yeah.
It's not awful.
And I mean, it's not an awful return. It's not the return that you'd expect from a top striker. But I feel like, Romelu Lukaku is one of the most disrespected footballers in world football in terms of the goal output that he's put in for the last 10 years. Let's be honest. Even his performances in the Euros, he's an incredible striker. His makeup, as I said last week. He's the blueprint he is the literal blueprint for being a Chelsea striker. You know, he can bully defenders. He's done it for years, and I can't see him going into that Chelsea team and not performing. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I expect him to convert a lot more than what Werner does, and I expect him to know the offside rule. So I think as long as he does those two things, I think he'll score goals.
Timo scored a goal the other day that was ruled out for offside that was very much onside.
Yeah.
Well, that's just his luck.
And these are the margins, though. This is the thing. If Romelu comes in, then I mean, I'm pretty confident. Last year, Hakimi assisted Rom the most within the Inter Milan team. There's a lot of talk about Reece James playing right centre back.
Yeah.
Whether he's playing right wing back or right centre back. If he's not, it's going to be Callum Hudson-Odoi or arguably Christian Pulisic.
Yeah.
The service is just going to be on point.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping it allows more room for Timo to develop and go score goals. But I mean, that's another story.
With Mason Mount behind him as well. I think that be very much a coming of age season if it wasn't already for Mason Mount. I expect him to carry on and
100%.
really develop and become a top player if he's not there already.
It's a Chelsea team as well that's littered with like weapons. So you look at Christian Pulisic, you look at Timo Werner, you look at Callum Hudson-Odoi. These are players that will flourish from a player like Romelu Lukaku, who will take that attention, will be that focal point, and hopefully he draws enough attention where those guys won't have to be relied on to score goals, but they will score goals as a result of Romelu being in the team. So it's good. It's overall it's a great bit of business by Chelsea, I think. And if he scores the goals that propel us to win the Premier League, then he will go down as one of the greatest strikers the Premier League has ever seen by when it's all said and done.
Most definitely. Can I just on that quick break? Can I get you to take your phone off the table? Is it your phone that's vibrating? Whose phone is vibrating?
It must be that one because I think
my phone's on silent, so it shouldn't be.
Someone's phone's vibrating. It keeps going off.
I kicked the thing by accident.
That's fine.
I'll be able to cut that out.
Yeah, I waited till there was a break in the point. You'll be able to cut all this out. But one thing is vibrating, and it's not my phone. My phone's in airplane mode.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's yours.
It shouldn't be mine because mine's on silent. But
maybe it's not in here then. Maybe it's not actually in this room then. Is it just me that's hearing it?
But anyway,
I can't hear it, but I've got these on, so I can't hear it.
Oh shit! I need to put mine on. To be fair.
When you put mine on?
You can if you want. When you put it on, if you can you hear like a?
Hello.
Can you hear like white noise? Just if you...
No, not really.
Like no, it's okay. That's cool. That's cool. That's perfect then.
Okay.
Right. So pick back up now.
So I guess the real question is, last week, we spoke about our golden boot winners and who we wanted to throw in the, in the hat, so to speak.
Yeah.
We both said Mohamed Salah. We think he's going to get golden boot.
He could. Smile.
I'm going to give you the opportunity. If Romelu Lukaku signs for Chelsea, do you guys see him getting the golden boot?
I see him getting 20 plus goals. I still think that Mo Salah will get the golden boot just because there'll be an over-reliance at Liverpool for him to score goals.
I don't know what is going to happen with Liverpool. I genuinely can't put my finger on it at all. Are they going to sign anyone to replace Ronaldo? Robertson's just limped off injured today. How bad's that going to be? If he's out for 2 months, VVD doesn't come back and do the job that he should, and Mane still stays in his sort of, iffy form.
Yeah.
Then, I was reading today about them potentially challenging, but I can't. They'll be challenging for top 4.
They'll be challenging for top 4, and if you ask a lot of Liverpool fans, the optimism that they had at the beginning of last season where they thought they were going to defend their title or go and attack the title, as Jurgen Klopp once said, you can tell that that's been dampened a little bit, and they're of the mindset that a top 4 place would be a good season, a good run in either the Champions League or FA Cup, which is ridiculous, but it's the model that they've built, and it's the model of not bringing in the top striker or bringing in the top of the range player in terms of price tag. And there's a player out there called Kylian Mbappe who, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be like, why aren't we being linked with buying a player like that? That he'd be perfect.
I saw the other day the group chat was obviously blowing up because it sort of dawned on me. I was like, Liverpool haven't done any business. Fabrizio Romano, who seemingly sometimes is a little bit uninformed on the Premier League.
Yeah.
Or let's say out of loop, saying, I watch Liverpool, they've got, there's going to be something big there. And I started absolutely cacking myself because I'm like, oh my God, if Kylian Mbappe goes to Liverpool, there's a serious problem. And then Potter, one of our good Liverpool friends, he's so sure that there is no way, shape or form that Liverpool are going to be signing anyone of that standard in terms of that fee, because Fenway Sports effectively won't ever okay it, which is, I mean, my club is owned by Roman Abramovich, and then the other biggest club in the country is owned by another oil giant.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got Man United, who, I mean, the Glazers, I know there's not a lot of love there, but seemingly they've come through turbulent times. They've just signed Jadon Sancho. now we're getting Romelu Lukaku. There's a certain Nordic man that's going to be available next summer.
Yeah.
Even though, bringing it back to Liverpool anyway, let's talk about Liverpool. We haven't spoken about them in a long time. I still feel like they've got one of the strongest starting 11s in the Premier League. I do expect, as long as they can keep healthy, I expect them to at least get top 4.
They should
at least. And some of the players that, let's not beat around the bush. I mean, they haven't done any business as of yet, but I know that they have been linked with quite a few top players over the summer. They were linked with Saunagas from.
There's a lot of talk about that one team.
From Atletico Madrid. I know they're linked with that young Belgian winger who played in the Euros. I think his name is Jeremy Doku.
Yeah. Oh, he's a baller, but also
linked with him. And this is like the Liverpool model, isn't it? I don't want to call them plucky little Liverpool, but they obviously don't have the financial power to match Man City and go out and spend £100 million on a player. But